I think people have asked you to run for Congress. You're trying to fill the seat of the late Tom Lantos. You might say a little bit about what you're trying to do here, and then we can come back to some of the issues.
Well, it's a unique situation in that Tom Lantos passed on a few months ago, and that seat is open. It's part of San Francisco and most of San Mateo counties, and the party just felt that we needed to get some Republicans running against the Democratic candidates that have some experience and knowledge comparable to what I have, and so I agreed to do it. And it's going to be a big race. It's only 4 weeks away. April 8th, when this show starts, it'll probably only be 2 weeks away or 3 weeks away. But it's April 8th, and it's in the San Mateo County area in San Francisco. But I'm very excited about the opportunity, and I'm running 24/7 to figure out how to do it. I just got some office space in San Carlos, and I've got a staff started, so we're running, and we feel we have a good chance to win. Because remember, I ran for state treasurer 6 years ago, and I got almost 3 million votes statewide. But in this district, I got over 30,000 votes. And I think if a low turnout occurs, that there's a possibility if those same people voted for me that I could win the special election, even though the Democrats outnumber the Republicans 2-1.
And there are lots of independents.
Well, there's a lot of independents, and I personally think they're closet Republicans. That they're really Republicans, but they aren't proud of it as much because they live in such a Democratic district that they're. But I don't know. The reason I say that is because only 15% of them, according to the registrar, voted for either Hillary or Obama. So I mean, if they were really Democrats, you'd think they'd be out there voting for one of those two candidates. So I just have to think they're either a lot of apathy or they're really Republicans. So that's what I'm hoping that they are. And okay. I'm going to work hard on that basis.
Why don't we learn some more about what you would like to accomplish in Washington in the House of Representatives? Maybe we've talked a little bit about things that involve foreign affairs, in particular energy and environment, but I know you have some positions on some of the other things that people associate with foreign affairs, including our strength in the world and our position in Iraq.
Well, I think the Iraq issue is always is one on the top of everybody's list. It may not be now, the economy may be, but let's start with Iraq. I think that we've lost almost 4,000 troops there, and it's very sad that they sacrifices that they've made. But I just think it would be wrong to leave Iraq other than with honor. So my motto is leave Iraq with honor, not haste. And I think what that means is that we have to leave so that Iraq at least has a stable government that we're leaving it to, and that Iran won't come in and overwhelm them or dominate them to a point. And I think the real point that really hasn't been stressed in the media is that if we leave too soon and we lose, and Iran becomes the controlling force in Iraq, that they could dominate the oil supply from the Middle East. And we get, about 20% of the world's supply comes out of there. And if they cut that supply off, the effect on the United States economy could be so dramatic. I mean, the price of oil, is now $110. It could skyrocket even higher. And I think that you're looking at gasoline prices that would jump immediately to $5 to $6 a gallon. I mean, that's my personal estimate. I don't have any scientific. But when you reduce the supply by 20%, I think the price is going to jump, close to that. So you're looking at $5 and $6 gas, $1 or $2 increase in gasoline immediately. So I just think it's to our personal interest and our economic interest to make sure that when we leave Iraq, that we do it in an honorable basis and that we're comfortable and confident that Iran is not going to come in and dominate the country, and somehow there's a strait of Hormuz where the 18 million barrels come out of every day that they could cut off. That would just be a tragedy for our economy.
That's the strait between Iran and the Saudi Arabia Peninsula.
Yes. So I mean, it's very sensitive to our. And right now we have a lot of military force there to make sure things like that don't happen. But if we cut and run, which some of my opponents are advocating, I just think it would be a disaster.